Hey, what is up you guys, you Pixeled here, and welcome to a new speed build video on the channel. So today we're working on a factory build, but not just any factory, a factory that's been turned into apartments for the werewolves in Moonwood Mills. Now the reason I decided to build this is because I noticed that a lot of the townies in the werewolf pack don't actually have a place to live. They're just in the world, but not really. Like, they don't actually have a legitimate, like, household. So I decided to build them one because, I wanted to, I guess, and it seemed like fun. So I created this factory and turned it into an apartment building. And the Sims that live here are Celine, Rory, and Lou. They all have their own apartments. Actually, you could barely call Celine's room an apartment. Hers is more of like a little storage shed that somebody turned into an apartment. Yeah, she kind of got the short end of the stick. You guys will see when we get there, but Lou and Rory have pretty big apartments, and Celine basically lives in a broom closet. I kind of feel bad, but I didn't have enough space to put in three decently sized apartments in this build. So I just put in two good sized apartments and one that is basically, like I said, a broom closet. Now, this is a pretty big building, so I definitely could have placed in more apartments. But the reason I didn't do it is because the first floor is basically like a hangout spot for all the werewolves, and on the second floor is where all the apartments are. And I couldn't figure out a good layout to have a hallway and three decently sized apartments, so I just did two good sized apartments and one very small apartment. I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe when they converted this place, they only added two apartments, and Celine needed a place to stay, so maybe the owners converted a closet into an apartment just for her or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for her, but there's nothing wrong with living in a studio apartment. Oh, and by the way, there is a lot, and I do mean a lot of this build that I just cut out, things that I didn't feel like were important enough to keep in the video, or things that felt repetitive, like placing individual windows. I cut out a lot in this video, and the reason is because this build took me, I think, 3 or 4 days to complete. I think I had a total of 5 hours of footage. So obviously this video would have been long as hell, so I cut out a lot, and luckily I was able to trim it down into 14 minutes. But seriously, I had to cut out so much. I had to cut out so much, especially because this is such a build that's out of my comfort zone. Like, I don't usually build things like this. So there was a lot of experimenting, because I wasn't sure if I wanted a lot of the building to look like it was really, really old with knocked down walls and cracked floors, or if I just wanted it to look like somebody fixed it up a little bit. Like, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, especially, I don't know if you saw earlier in the video what I was doing with the roof, where it looks like it's partially collapsed. That took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. So there was a lot that I cut out of this video. By the way, right now we are currently working on Lou's apartment. I decided to give him a kind of like red, black, and white color scheme, and really went in deep with the industrial vibe. I thought, that kind of fit his personality a little bit. I don't know. I feel like he would be really into the industrial vibe. I don't know. I thought it looked cool. I tried my best to make each apartment feel like the sim that's going to live there. Like I mentioned, Lou's apartment is very industrial. I don't know why. I feel like he would be really, really into that vibe. And then Rory's apartment is a big mix match of different furniture and, you know, random things that you would think that she probably pulled out of the dumpster. Sorry if you guys just heard that loud ass car that passed by my house. But anyways, so yeah, I feel like Rory is really into like dumpster diving and, thrifting and reusing items that people decided to get rid of. So when we get to her apartment, you'll see that that's what that's kind of like the vibe that I was trying to go for. So she has a few, mismatched furniture and stuff like that. And then when we jump in and start working on Celine's room, I tried giving her like I added a lot of like Strangerville items, but I didn't add too much because her apartment or room, whatever you want to call it, is so tiny that you couldn't add a lot. But I wanted to add a few Strangerville items because I don't know, Celine gives me Strangerville vibes. I honestly feel like she was born and raised there or something. I think it's mostly due to the fact that when I gave her a makeover, she was wearing cowgirl boots and like a cowgirl hat, and I replaced them with the ones that came in with Strangerville because I thought those looked better. So now she just gives me Strangerville vibes. So yeah, I don't know. In my head canon, Celine is originally from Strangerville. So yeah, that's my head canon. That's where she's from. Oh, and by the way, Rory's apartment, this was not my original plan. Since Rory gives me like goth vibes, I was going to make it look very kind of gothic in here, very, very black items, just a goth vibe. But then I quickly decided against that because I thought the more, thrifty and multiple different furniture items from different places made the most sense. I don't know, I just liked this look a lot better, so I decided to go against the goth vibe, and I think I did a good decision. I think I made a good decision. I really like how this apartment turned out. Oh, and by the way, I intended to place some gym equipment in Rory's apartment, at least a punching bag or something, but there wasn't enough space. There wasn't enough space for a punching bag, and I was kind of annoyed because I really, really wanted to put one in her apartment, but I decided that it wasn't a big deal because, like I mentioned, the first floor is kind of like a werewolf hangout spot. So I placed down a few, gym equipment items down there. So if she really, really wants to punch a punching bag, I guess she could just go downstairs. Oh, and I'm really, really, really excited for you guys to see what I did with the first floor portion of this build. Because I used a lot of debug items, especially the debug train items. And I really, 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 really like how this turned out. I love it. I love it so much because I don't usually build things like this. I'm always building suburban homes or modern homes, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't experiment enough, and I feel like I definitely experimented with this build, and I love how it turned out. I really, really enjoyed this build, and I think I'm gonna start going through debug items and seeing what's in there and experimenting a little bit more, because I honestly feel like what I did with the trains in this build definitely made the build a lot better. I don't know. I feel like I definitely have to experiment a little bit more with my builds and not just make suburban homes. Even though I don't mind, building suburban homes, I love them. But I feel like I need to experiment a little bit more and see what I can do. Because sometimes I get really good ideas in my head for a build, and I just never do it. Like the other day, I was thinking of building a fire watchtower, one of those watchtowers, fire watch, you know what I mean, those those watchtowers in the middle of the woods where people sit up there and watch out for fires. I wanted to build one of those, and I decided against it because I thought, who would want to watch that? But honestly, it doesn't matter. If I'm having fun, I don't care if nobody watches the video. So I think I'll build that eventually. I don't know when, because I actually have a few builds that I already completed. I just have to edit the videos, do the voiceover, and upload them. And since I upload one speed build a week, it's probably going to take a while until we get to do that. And especially with the new pack, the high school pack, coming out in a few weeks, I'm definitely going to build a lot for that pack too. So it might be a while before I ever, start working on that Fire Watchtower, but it's okay. I'm having fun with The Sims recently. I've been having a lot of fun with The Sims recently, which is surprising because sometimes I get burnt out, but I've been having a lot of fun with this game recently, and it's kind of awesome. Because don't get me wrong, I really really love The Sims, but there's been like if you've been a long time subscriber of this channel, you would know that sometimes I upload regularly and then I disappear off the face of the earth for a while. And that's because I get a little bit burnt out or bored of The Sims or something. Like a couple of months ago, I recently came back to YouTube after taking like a 4 month break, and it's because I got bored and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But then I came back, and for some reason, I feel very inspired. Like I am doing townie makeovers, I'm doing Sims 4 Let's Plays, I'm doing Sims 4 builds, I'm playing other games on the channel. I'm feeling great. I'm having a lot of fun recording videos, and that's just awesome. Because taking long ass breaks from YouTube and not uploading anything for months, it's not fun. It's not great because the reason I hate that I did that is because I remember a couple of months ago, actually no, like a couple of years ago, I was actually doing pretty well on YouTube. I was getting decent views, and people were commenting and subscribers were coming in. And then I got burnt out and I took, I think, a 2 month break from YouTube, and when I came back, it stopped. I lost momentum, and I wasn't getting as many subscribers. I wasn't getting as many comments. I wasn't getting as many views. So, taking breaks from YouTube could definitely hurt your channel. So it's not great doing that. So I'm trying my best to not get burnt out anymore. But, I've been having a lot of fun with The Sims recently. So that's great. And hopefully I don't feel how I felt again. You know what I mean? And something that's definitely helped me not feel burnt out or get burnt out or whatever is my new upload schedule. I now only upload one speed build a week, when previously I used to upload a speed build every other day. And that just got to be too much. That just got to be too much because I would constantly be building in The Sims 4. And I would get stressed out because, when you're uploading every other day, you don't get that much time to work on a build. So sometimes I would rush a build just so I could get started on another build so I wouldn't miss an upload day. And it just got so stressful because I would be rushing to get builds done. And I felt like I didn't take my time with builds that should have, gotten that time. So, now only uploading one speed build a week has definitely helped because, look at this build. This build, I think, took me 3 days to complete, and I did it without stressing because I knew that the video was going to go up on time because I had enough time. I had a whole week to work on it. So, my old schedule of uploading a speed build every other day was not good and stressed the hell out of me. But this new schedule works fine. I'm actually pretty happy with this schedule. I think I upload 3 Sims videos a week and 3 non-Sims videos a week. Well, that is if you're not counting the townie makeover videos. So if you're not counting those, I only upload 3 Sims videos a week and 3 non-Sims videos a week. So yeah, it works for me, and I really, really like this new schedule. I don't feel like I have to rush to get videos out. I feel good. So, I've been having a lot of fun with The Sims recently. Now, I don't know if this could be advice, for that you could use in everyday life, but I guess, if you guys are feeling stressed in work or, school or whatever, just take a step back, look at your schedule and reorganize it, and maybe you'll find something that works a lot better for you. I don't know, because literally something as simple as changing my upload schedule really, really improved how I feel mentally, and I think it also improved my content. So, I don't know, if you guys could use this in the real world, I say use it, change your schedule a little, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to be helpful. Anywho, here we are at the screenshots, and can I just say I really, really wish we could paint the ceiling. Like, why can't the Sims team just let us add floor tiles or whatever to the ceiling? That can't be that difficult, right? I don't know. I hate when the build is supposed to look industrial or dirty or whatever, and then there's these pristine white ceilings. It ruins the vibe. It ruins the vibe. But anyways, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.